Thank you guys for tuning in to another weekly episode of What's Going On in Medicine with Dr. Hassan, board certified trauma anesthesiologist. I got a new sign. I'm trying to be more YouTube official. Listen guys, I do these videos at the end of the day. If you can tell, it's 10:19. I know it's upside down, but it's 10:19 in the evening. I'm on call tomorrow. I'm trying to fit these videos in where I can in my life. The reason I bring this up is because if you can, please do me a favor and like, subscribe, share, notifications, all those kind of things. I'm trying to grow the channel and make it into something successful. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in. This week, we're gonna cover 3 different topics. 1, a celebrity overdose. 2, obesity in children is on an astronomical rise. And 3, there's now a reason why you get nauseous when you're pregnant. Starting off at number 1, Matthew Perry recently passed away what they think was a drowning because he was using ketamine. The reason he was using ketamine entirely has to do with some sort of addiction or treatment that he was going through. He was going to a ketamine clinic. What is a ketamine clinic? Well, a ketamine clinic is an entity usually done by a psychiatrist in conjunction with an anesthesiologist or an ER doctor, in which you get IV infusions of ketamine, usually for refractory depression. Now, this is a very long and meticulous process. It usually takes about an hour. You get an IV place, you get IV drip of ketamine, and it usually helps with your depression symptoms, your anxiety symptoms, or any other addiction issues you have going on in your life. Now, recently, Matthew Perry was in a ketamine clinic where he was going 2 times a week, and obviously, I don't have any personal knowledge. I don't know him. I didn't read the reports. I wasn't there when this happened, but from all the news outlets, it says that he was in a ketamine clinic for addiction. He was getting it every other day, and it was moved to every 3rd day or every 4th day. And because of that, maybe something else happened that led to Matthew Perry's unfortunate drowning inside of his own house. Now, the reason I bring this up is because ketamine is used every single day by anesthesiologists, not only to maintain anesthesia, but to treat pain after anesthesia. Ketamine is considered what they call as a total anesthetic. Not only does it help with pain, it can keep you asleep, and it can help you depression, anxiety, all those kind of issues. Ketamine causes what they call as dissociative amnesia, so you feel like you're outside of your body looking into your body and everything is happening in 3D and you're not really experiencing it while you're there. It also has the ability to inhibit all pain you're having everywhere inside of your body with a high enough dose. However, ketamine does not cause respiratory depression, which is very prominent with opiates. Now, you've seen it in the news. Opiate overdoses usually lead to what they call as respiratory depression, which is what I just said. But that usually is because the opioid receptors inside your body cause your breathing naturally to decrease. Ketamine does not have that effect. It does not affect opioid receptors in general. So because of that, it does not cause you to choke or pass away from decreased oxygen to your brain. Now, the next article up on today's agenda has to do with childhood obesity at all-time highs. Now, what does this mean? It means that a recent study of 1.6 million individuals on food stamps or food assistance, 2% of those, 33,000 of children under the age of 4 were found to have a BMI that put them in the category of morbidly obese. The reason I bring this up is because it's near and dear to my heart. I finally was able to lose weight after changing everything and trying everything for almost 20 years since college. And why I'm so passionate about this is because if you have a child who's aged 2 to 4, if they have a lifetime of having obesity, you have to understand that their heart is gonna pump against more body mass tissue for the entirety of their life. This puts them at a higher risk for not only hypertension, strokes, but also diabetes and all other sorts of issues that have to do with being overweight. Not only is it psychological, like emotional bullying, but it also has to do with just physiological inside your entire body. Your body being overweight leads to back pain, shoulder injuries, knee injuries, anxiety, depression, acid reflux, diabetes, strokes, seizures, all sorts of things. So unfortunately for those kids, and as researchers say, if you have morbid obesity before the age of 4, you are pretty much set up for the rest of your life to never break that cycle, and they will probably have shortened lifestyles and be on medical dependence for the rest of their life. This is important to bring up to your friends and family because childhood obesity can affect not only the parents and the family, but everybody else around. And usually on those programs, you're not eating the best food. You're not eating organic whole foods. You're eating more processed foods. You're eating more high fructose corn syrup. You're eating more seed oils. So all those calories you're consuming are going directly into your adipose tissue and just building up, building up, building up. And processed foods in today's day and age are 100% targeted to hit the dopamine receptors in your brain. If you don't believe me, look at the way Ozempic and Mounjaro work. Ozempic and Mounjaro not only cause you to lose weight, but they also decrease your drive to drink, to smoke, to gamble, to do any sort of hard drugs. That's because those things hit the dopamine receptors in your brain, the same place where food hits your dopamine receptors. If you think that the big food companies are not purposely engineering foods to attract children at young ages, you're fooling yourself. So that's why it's near and dear to my heart. Number 3, we finally have a culprit. The reason why when you're pregnant you end up feeling nauseous, and the reason why some women end up having hyperemesis gravidum. Hyperemesis gravidum is a condition in which the first trimester or second trimester, the mom ends up vomiting so much that she's basically incapacitated. She's not able to keep down any food. They end up having malnutrition, and they basically have a terrible existence until that period subsides. Now, researchers at the University of Southern California and Cambridge University have identified a hormone that is released by the fetus. This hormone is called GDF15. The reason why this is making waves inside the medical community is finally there is a culprit. Now that they have identified a culprit, the hope is that medical developers can develop a medication. Now, big pharmaceutical companies or science researchers, whoever, can come up with a treatment for hyperemesis gravidum. And with that, as the research continues, maybe, hopefully, in the future, hyperemesis gravidum will be a thing of the past. The funny thing about this is that women have to go through so many different hurdles to give birth, and now the kicker, the punch in the gut is that if you feel nauseous, it's not the food that you've been eating for 10 years that's causing you to feel nauseous. It's not the smell that you've been smelling for 10 years that's causing you to be nauseous. It actually has to do with the baby inside of you that you're growing. So when they say that women give up everything when they give birth, they're 100% right. So I have utmost respect to all women out there because I don't think guys can do it. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning into this week's episode. I really appreciate it. If you can do me a favor, like and share this thing because I'm trying to grow the channel. Like I said, I'm doing this 10:28 at night, the night before, after I came back from 12 hours of working, and the day before I'm on call until 10 p.m. at night, and I'm going to edit it in between. So I really appreciate it. If you can help me out, try to share it and help me grow this channel. I love you guys. I'll see you next week.